Some built-in operators. Here are the operators that we need to know about in Python for this course. Plus, minus, times, and divide are pretty obvious. Double divide, what's going on there? Let's take a quick look. If I were to print, say, 7 divided by 4 and print 7 double divided by 4, you see that the first is normal division, the second one is integer division. And it seems to be doing a truncation. In other words, it seems to be doing print int of 7 divided by 4. Sorry, single divided by 4. And so it's doing integer truncation over the division. That's not quite what's going on. We can see because if we were to do it with negations, now negative 7 divided by 4 is negative 1.75. And when you truncate to an integer, you get negative 1. But integer division is giving us negative 2. And now we fully understand what double divide is doing. Double divide is truncating, it's not truncating, it's going to the next smallest integer if you don't get an integer result. It's the same thing as math.floor of that. So import math. And we'll see, you take the floor of that result, and that works for the negative, and it also works for the positive. Okay, so integer division is the floor of normal division. Double star is exponentiation. The percent sign is modulus. So if I were to print, say, I don't know, 9 mod 5, what is the remainder when we divide 9 by 5? Well, it's 4. So what about when we divide, say, 5 by 9? Well, there you take out all the 9s you can from 5. That's none of them. And what's left is 5. Okay. There's obviously unary negation and positive. I actually use unary positive sometimes. So that's like saying print plus 5. If you want to particularly note that something is positive, it's fine to use that plus sign. Relational operators tell you if things are greater than or less than things. These are pretty obvious. The double equals is important. So if I were to print, say, x is 2, y is 1 plus 1, print x equals y. It's true that these are both 2, and I had to use double equals here. If I use single equals, you're going to get an error because single equals means assignment. It's to assign a value to a variable. Double equals is testing whether or not a variable has a given value. Also, there's exclamation equals. Exclamation equals means not equals. In general, in most programming languages, exclamation means not. Okay, there's also the assignment operators. For every assignment, for every arithmetic operator, there's an assignment operator. Let's briefly see how these work. So we'll say x equals 2, and then we'll say x plus equals 1, print x. And what we'll find out is we get 3 because this line right here is the same as we had said x equals x plus 1. It's just a shorthand for that. So if you're following along, we could have said x equals 17. And then x mod equals, say, 10. And when we print x, we would expect this is the same as x equals x mod 10. 17 mod 10 is 7, so we expect 7. And there it is, 7. Okay, and then there's and, or, and not. So true and false would be false. And is only true when both the first and second values are true. Or is true when either or both of them are true. And of course, not simply negates its value. There's some other operators that we're not going to use. They're so-called bitwise operators. We'll do that in an optional lecture. So if you see these, don't be daunted by them. You're not responsible for them. In other semesters, we did include them, so sometimes you'll see them in previous semesters, and you don't have to worry about that.